My name is Christopher Maxwell. Welcome to MFI Incorporated's Global Expansion Project for the McDonald's franchise in Weatherhill Park, Australia. MFI Incorporated has a long history of building successful business ventures domestically. Strategically, we would like to enter the global market. We're looking to franchise a known global brand, and our goal is to open a McDonald's in Weatherhill Park, Australia. Though McDonald's comes from humble beginnings and was originally a hamburger restaurant in California in 1954, Ray Kroc became their franchise agent in 1955 and he founded the McDonald's Corporation. Through Kroc's leadership, he bought out the McDonald's brothers and then he oversaw the worldwide expansion, maintaining the restaurant's consistency, high quality products, uniform production, and quick service model worldwide. As previously mentioned, one of our objectives is to expand into the global markets. We would like to launch a franchise in the Australian market, mainly the Weatherhill Park community, which is a suburb of Sydney, Australia. In doing so, we would like to participate in the economic growth which the country has to offer. They also have a stable government and a stable economy in which to build our franchise on. Another objective of ours is to integrate our business model with the McDonald's Corporation. We would like to leverage their franchise agreement both nationally and locally with our marketing efforts. We would like to employ a variety of methods of controls, and we would like to recoup our investment under a 2-year time frame. McDonald's has grown to one of the largest in the world in size in terms of both their revenue and their global footprint. In recent years, their sales have been lagging in the United States while they've been thriving in the Australian market. Growing steadily, they were locally known as Maccas. There are several key differences within the service model of the Australian stores. Everything is basically different, including the ingredients, the restaurant models, the service, the menu, and the public image. At Macca's, they have bars of fresh food where you can watch your order being prepared. Customers order their food from a touchscreen, and servers bring the food out to the tables. The menus include 2 types of buns, 4 kinds of cheese, 19 specialty toppings, such as grilled pineapple, guacamole, or beetroot. The goal is to offer a localized, healthier, and better quality menu for the Australian market. Following years of lagging sales and traffic, McDonald's has been effectively using a new turnaround strategy. This new upscale service model is leading the way and will be followed in the United States in the years to come. McDonald's own CEO Steve Easterbrook called Australia an international lead market for the new business model. Part of the turnaround strategy includes a new upscale menu, which is a lead model for the McDonald's Corporation. Australia is a lead test market, and the Australian model will eventually be brought back to the United States, and this new upscale model will be used to cater to customers domestically across our country. McDonald's stock has always provided great value for investors. Expansion into foreign countries has been a slam dunk in the past, and its latest numbers show there is no reason for its success in foreign markets not to continue. Currently, worldwide, McDonald's holds a 19% market share of all fast food restaurants. In looking at justification for viability for this venture, we recognize McDonald's brand is leading the pack on the forefront of innovation in the fast food market. We recognize revenue was up 5.5% in the first quarter of 2018, with profits increasing 13%. In South Wales, it is the startup capital of Australia, with 48% of all new businesses establishing themselves there. Sydney itself is the primary hub for most startups, with 12% of new businesses finding themselves there. And we are seeing a growing trend that looks like it is going to continue for the foreseeable future. Another key factor for our viability success is that 20% of our target market is between the ages of 5 and 19. McDonald's has seen tremendous success marketing to this age group in the past. And with this successful marketing campaign that they have behind them, we expect the trend to continue for the foreseeable future. Just like in our domestic market, McDonald's does have its competition in the Australian market as well. Some of the brands are familiar, while some are Australian specific. A couple of our competition brands would be Le Wrap, Charcoal Chicken, Hungry Jack's, which is Burger King's franchise in Australia, KFC, Subway, Red Rooster, Buzzy Bees, Burger House, and of course, we will be competing with established McDonald's as well for our certain area in Weatherhill Park, Australia. We do recognize that our top competitors are KFC, Subway, and Hungry Jack's. Though in Australia, McDonald's is leading the way and holds a 15.2% market share of fast food restaurants. As a market leader, it should be fair to point out that 52.7% of Australians have eaten at or have had McDonald's takeout in the last 6 months. We do see a lot of growth potential for McDonald's. McDonald's is aiming to design a new communications campaign that will change the eating behaviors of a large number of people, including potential health oriented customers who we're seeking to market to, as well as our frequent junk food eaters who could be considered some of our current market as it stands now, both domestically and internationally. Other growth potential will come from McDonald's and their new communication campaign called Happy. This is an exercise and health project that has a partnership with WHO, nutritionists, local communities, fitness centers, and various media channels. For us at MFI Incorporated, we recognize change is coming from McDonald's. In our selected market, we recognize they are on the forefront of change and innovation. Once we're successful with this business model, we would look to bring it back to our domestic market in the United States with possible expansion of this latest innovation by McDonald's here, again, domestically in our country. Quick overview of our funding requirements. We know that our average initial startup cost for McDonald's in this area will be between $1 million to $2.2 million. This expense, it does include construction and equipment expenses. The ultimate total, however, will be based on geography and the size of the restaurant, as well as the selection of equipment for the kitchen, signage, style of decor, and outside landscaping will affect our startup costs. Our best startup cost scenario would be $1 million. Our worst would be $2.2 million. Our expected costs would be $1.6 million, and we will base our budgeting off of our mean, which is going to be the $1.6 million. Again, basing our numbers off of our mean, we expect our first year return to be in the negative. So essentially, we do not plan on seeing a profit the first year. Our expected expenses would be 1.6 million for the startup costs, and another additional, uh, just a million plus would be our total expenses, bringing it to just above 2.6 million in total expenses for the first year, which would be shy of our revenue goal of 2.5 million dollars per year. After our first year, we would not incur any additional startup costs. Within our second year, we would see our expenses stabilize. Our revenue goal would still be $2.5 million, while our expenses would be around just over $1 million per year. That would include things like bills, utilities, employee hours, salaries, that type of thing. Uh, we could see a return on investment after the second quarter of year two. Our break even for our first 2 years, which includes our initial startup costs, would be just over $3.7 million. And our target revenue is going to be about $208,000 per month. If these numbers were to hold true, we would see a return on our investment around 18 or around month 18 of operation, and we should start seeing a profit and return on investment after that. Again, looking at our best case scenario for our startup costs and expenses for the first 2 years would be uh, about $2.3 million. And meeting our sales goal, our break even point would happen around, say, the 12th month of operation, which again is the very best case scenario for our strategy overall. We're not expected to see this best case scenario. However, it is fair to say it could be achievable depending on how well we get up and going with our IMC and our marketing plan once operational. With our best case scenario, we would talk about our worst case scenario. Our high end cost for the first 2 years would be $4.4 million. And again, that's going to cover our initial startup costs and high end expenses. Our break even point for the worst case scenario would occur in our 22nd month of operation. And it would still keep us underneath our 2 year goal to recoup our initial investment and initial costs. Just going over some of disclosures and a little bit of conclusion to our presentation today. Some of the numbers we talked about, they could certainly fall or rise based on sales and disruptions in the economy. However, we expect to see a high spike in sales around the opening of our McDonald's restaurant. We plan on doing a lot for the grand opening. We do plan a lot to hit the ground running prior to open. And certainly, we would like to market to our base that we're coming to this location and get highly involved in our local organizations and our reference groups, and really work in our social media and our advertising budgets to the fullest extent, as well as working along lines with our franchise agreement within the McDonald's Corporation Group. Through the development of our IMC, we aim to find both success and consistency in our service, product, and brand messaging. Thank you very much for your time this afternoon, and please refer to our written executive marketing package that is available after this presentation. And it will go over in detail about our plan to expand to Weather Hill Park, Australia, and our continued success with MFI Incorporated going forward.